Nagsasagawa po ngayon ng press conference ang Philippine Ports Authority kaugnay ng pagsisikip sa pier ng Maynila dahil sa naiipong mga container van doon. Panoorin po natin ito.
Mr. Shan from Asian Terminal, also the Vice President, and of course we have Raul Santos, our Deputy General Manager for Operation. So let me have a quick PowerPoint presentation. I have a few slides to share with you, and this will put us all on the same page on the issue at hand. So can you have the first page? Ito lang naman yun we're saying that before the track ban, we have 5,000 containers a day. So 5,000 containers are being discharged from vessel to the port. Okay? And we'll just to simplify it, if 5,000 containers a day are being discharged to the port, dapat mailabas yan. Similar number or approximately. So, nailalabas yan sa port through the trucks. Nagkakameron kami ng 5,000, 5,500, at peak nagsi 6,000 ton. Tawag namin doon, truck out. So, inflow to the port and then outflow from the port. Yun lang ang scenario sa slide number 1. Slide number 2 is during the 3 months track ban, pareho pa rin. 5,000 containers being discharged from vessel to port, and then 3,500 are being tracked out outside the gate out from the port. So ito yung mga containers na dinideliver natin sa mga warehouses. North of Manila, south of Manila, east of Manila. So you will notice na hindi na tayo nag-i-equal. 3,500 na lang instead of the regular 5,000 to 6,000. So in short, these containers pile up increasingly day after day for the 3-month track ban. So on simple mathematics, kung 1,500 ang diferensya, i-multiply natin by 3 months. And this is just to show you that it really congests the port. In short, kung ang paglabas ng kargamento sa port by means of the truck ay restricted, 5,000 in, 3,500 lang lumalabas, ano mangyayari doon? We have problems of piling up of containers in the port, resulting in a heavy stress on the equipment operating inside the port, and then bumababa yung productivity and efficiency level natin. It means that for the 3 months period of track ban, pati kalye sa port dyan, punong-puno na ng containers. So kung ilalagay mo yung containers, pati yung sequencing, na wala na yung first in ng container, hindi na first out. Kasi bago mo makuha yung containers sa ilalim, ang daming moves. And na-aggravate pa yan pagka kung saan mo nilagay sa mga kalye, yung container, yung equipment, port equipment, imbis na dito lang sila mag-operate, magta-travel yan doon sa mga spaces na pinuntahan natin. Di ba? Nilagyan mo ng container. So, mas mahaba yung moves ng equipment, mas lumalayo yung port equipment para mahanap yung containers because yung sequencing of the containers are no longer efficient. So, because of the inability na ilabas mo sa port yan, yung efficiency level ng port ay bumabaksak. And wala naman kami masabi because we have the two topmost port operator, ICTSI, is known worldwide. Silang operator natin sa MICT. And Asian Terminal is Dubai Port. It's also a known worldwide operator. So wala tayong masasabi sa competence and ng ating mga port operator. The next slide, after 3 months, remember, balik na tayo. Yung 3 months na to, nangyari noong February 24. Na-lift yan noong first week of June. So you have an effectively 3 months track ban. So na-lift to after na tayo. So on the first week of June, there was a lifting of track ban. Sabi natin, normal na. Hindi pa tayo normal because 5,000 ang dinidiskarga sa port, 4,200 approximately ang nailalabas. Ang sasabihin natin, ba't kasi hindi nagpapantay? Hindi siya nagpapantay because we have a very inefficient port. Ang containers have already piled up. Yung productivity, efficiency ng port equipment ay hindi maganda. So, ang nai-release lang natin, 4,200. Plus, tandaan nyo, ang port natin ay dependent sa trucks. Pagka hindi nakabiyahe ang trucks, wala silang mapipick up na containers. Next slide. So, ito yung mga, anong ginawa natin during those periods. Sabi natin, identify natin na kailangan ang mga negosyante natin ay mag-haul ng containers during Saturday, Sunday. Kasi this time, mababa ang pickup. So, nag-commit the Filipino-Chinese Chamber, the importers, nagagamit sila ng weekend operations. In short, kukuha sila ng containers sa pier, maski Sabado, Linggo. So, balik tayo. Sana forward tayo. Also for South Harbor, pagka Linggo, mahina kasi ang pick up ng container. So again, the importers and exporters committed to operate during weekends to decongest the port. Ito yung MICT ICDSI inventory. So makikita nyo rito, ang total capacity niyan is 54,000 containers. So ito yung mga min-identify na kami na cleared na, hindi pa rin pinipick up. So tinatawagan to ng Department of Trade ng port operators. Sama-sama na nito yung government machinery to advise those private importers, cleared na yung kargamento nyo, pick upin nyo, bukas ang port 24/7, including, well, of course, that includes Saturday and Sunday. Maluwag pagka Saturday and Sunday, pick upin nyo na. So, nagki-clear na to, nagko-cooperate na ang karamihan. And this is not only a PPA effort, this is a entire government effort, Department of Trade, Department of Finance, Department of Transportation. So, kini-clear out namin ang port. So, meron lang kaming na-identify dito na mga overstaying, but these have some problems or issues with the Bureau of Customs. Move tayo. South Harbor, ganun din. Meron tayong mga overstaying containers yan, but may mga problema sa customs yan. Ito naman yung naka-alert, no? Ngayon, ang isa sa mga solution na sinasabi natin, Batangas shift calls. But itong Batangas port, dumami na ang barko, there are about 8 vessels a week. So practically more than almost every day. And ang latest dito is American President Line, July 30, RCL PIL, they started August 1, CMA CGN, they started August 3. Gusto ko lang ipaliwanag na itong Batangas Port, dumadaming barko. This is not an overnight incident, not even 3 months incident. This is a product of government effort and private sector, Asian Terminal, drumming up Batangas Port as early as 1.5 years ago. And for the international shipping lines to call Batangas or Subic, ang minimum period nito to decide is 8 months to even a year. because this is being decided upon not in Manila, but in Singapore, in Kaohsiung, in Hong Kong, dahil andun yung headquarters nila. So, it took a lot of government incentives, it took a lot of private sector initiative to market Batangas Port. And this has been the product of more than 1.5 years, almost 2 years of marketing Batangas Port. Sa Subic naman, meron din tayong 2 ship calls, one high and APL, on a weekly basis. Ito yung isa sa mga solusyon. Marami tayong empty containers because of trade imbalance. Ang sinasabi natin, for every 4 containers na dumadating dito, isa lang ang nagagamit ng export, 3 na iiwan bakante. So, we're sweeping off a lot of empty containers using ad hoc vessels. Meron pumupuntang barko dito, commissioned by the shipping lines, just to haul empty containers. Hanjin, MOL, PIL, sa South Harbor naman, Hanjin, Costco, Evergreen, lahat yan, shipping lines, they agreed to help us decongest the port, and they have been actively hauling empty containers just to decongest the port. Ito naman ang isa ring solution na sinasabi namin to decongest the port, kailangan marami tayong private off-dock container yards para may mapaglagyan yung basiyo, yung empty containers. And sa Cavite, may 5 hectares na tayong sa Cavitex, another 9 hectares sa may RIS, sa Bulacan, Balagtas, 5 hectares, Malbar, 4 hectares, ATI Calamba, 5 hectares, PESA, in 2 to 3 weeks operational, ICTSI Cabuyao, 6 hectares, North Harbor, 2 hectares, and then currently, meron kami tinitingnan sa yung boom na boom sa Cultural Center of the Philippines. So ano magagawa nito? Yung congestion sa pier, may lilipat natin dito yung mga containers na empty. So these are one of the radical measures undertaken by the private sector in coordination with government to decongest port. Ito ang sinasabi natin, kailangan bumilis yung truck, turnaround time. And sinasabi natin, yung mga private warehouses, this is not a problem of government alone. Itong karamihan, lahat ito is private and government. Kailangan magbukas sila. Pagka dumating ang container sa warehouse nila, kailangan may mano, mag-operate, i-discarga yung container para yung truck makabalik. Ito naman yung port clearance time. It takes practically 5 days to clear a container, and pagkatapos noon, pumapatak na yung penalty. Ito yung existing storage natin for 40-footer, almost 1,000 a day on the 6th day. Itong proposed storage is just to penalize yung mga nag-overstay. So these are the slides just to help you understand the congestion issues. You can ask questions from any one of us.
Okay, when you ask questions, may we request that you identify your TV station or your publication and your name, please.
Good afternoon, Attorney Santa Ana. I'm Marise Omali of GMA7. With the current situation that we have right now, considering that somehow the truck ban has been lifted and one lane is being used by some trucks, how long do we have to wait for the pier to be decongested? And with the radical measures that you've mentioned a while ago.
Okay, we will have to ask the City of Manila to expand some more yung trade lanes natin. Kasi kulang pa rin yung ikot ng truck, hindi pa rin nakaka-deliver sa ibang lugar. So, very soon, we will be proposing to the City of Manila na yung trade lanes na tinatawag natin, expand natin. Because right now, there are only 2 trade lanes. One that goes to the north,
At yan po ang press conference ng Philippine Ports Authority tungkol sa pagsisikip ng pier ng Maynila dahil sa mga naiipong container van doon. Ayon sa PPA, mula nang ipatupad ang daytime truck ban sa Maynila, kumonti ang bilang ng mga truck na lumalabas sa pier. Mula mahigit 5,000, naging mahigit 3,000 na lang ito kada araw. Para maibsan kahit paano ang port congestion, bumabawi ang mga importer at exporter sa pag-pick up ng kanilang mga delivery tuwing Sabado at Linggo. Pinag-aaralan na rin daw ng PPA na alisin ang mga nakatenggang bakanteng container van sa pier ng Maynila at ilipat sa mga off-dock private depot. Balikan natin ang press conference ng PPA.
This additional trade lanes that we are asking from the City of Manila is not given. Do we have an approximate of how long the pier can be decongested?
Well, mahirap
And with the measures that you've mentioned a while ago, for example, the City of Manila has agreed to give an additional trade lane. How soon will it be decongested?
Well,
can we have just a comparison?
No, this move will have to be a concerted effort, no? Not only of the City of Manila, not only of the Bureau of Customs, not only of the Philippine ports, not only of the terminal operators, but even importers and exporters. And in the presentation that I discussed earlier, this is a total action by all concerned, no? As far as your government is concerned, a lot of mitigating issues are being undertaken. We have deployed sweepers at yung tinatawag nating barko na walang laman para pumunta lang sa Pilipinas para mag-haul ng mga containers, empties, no? And then the shipping lines, ito yung regular shipping lines, they are aggressively picking up empty containers para ibalik sa Hong Kong, Singapore, and Kaohsiung, no? And then ito yung private sector initiative na yun nga, sinasabi ko, Saturday, Sunday, hahatak sila ng containers. So, and then we have recommended and the private sector has responded. Ito yung mga private off-dock CY. Kasi kung yung may truck ang lumabas ng pier with an import-laden containers, pagka natanggal mo yung laman nun, naibalik mo na-discarga mo sa warehouse, kailangan mo yung container yard outside of the port para ilagay mo yung empty containers. And a lot of private sectors have responded. In fact, yung pinakita ko rito in Bulacan, diba? In Cavitex. Ito yung mga mitigating measures.
Rex Remitio, Solar News. So, for the past 6 months, how much are we losing for every container that is not being taken out of the port? And as well as if you could give an aggregate amount of the loss that we had for the past 6 months.
Mahirap i-quantify yan. No? But a lot of private sectors have been, manufacturing companies have been affected dahil yung raw materials, di ba? Hindi nakakarating sa warehouses na manufacturing firms. So yung export natin ay hindi rin makapag-ship out, no, because of the lack of material. So we need to distribute all imported containers on